Afternoon, guys. How are you doing? Are you good? 2 days ago, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, right? We're talking about this relocation. I mean, everyone wants to relocate, right? Everyone wants to leave the country. And as we were about to, he was asking me, are you going to relocate anytime? I'm like, yeah. But it got me thinking, what is that one thing that will make me want to stay in this country? Music, right? Music, right? Can I have the clicker? Can I have the clicker, please? Music. Okay. We are a very diversified country, diversified continent in South Africa. I just played a kwaito music, a kwaito sound from a guy from deep down in Soweto, right? But I'm guaranteeing you that even someone in England knows this song, right? Right. It's been a powerful song for years and years and years. It's been so great. Right? Then I also thought, okay, yeah, music, I think we are all agreeing. What's the other thing that would make me want to stay in the country? Food. So last week we went on a cookery. There's a restaurant along Jansmats here. So that's the handsome Sizwe right there. Right? So, you know what? We're cooking, where you come, group of people, all corporate people, we give them ingredients, we prepare a meal, then we eat. I got so worried, right? Because, we are skilled, we are talented in different ways. I'm more inclined in tasting the food than in making the food. So if you were to say I must taste it, then definitely I will do it. So, and to prove the point, I was made to stir the pot the whole time. So I don't know what that means really, That's what I kept saying. When I was asking a question, no, just keep on stirring. Just keep on stirring. But colleagues, no one died. So officially, I'm a qualified chef. See? Yes. So if you've got a wedding, a party, but I only do big events, So colleagues, we've been talking a lot about technology, AI. I'm a data management guy. I'm responsible for data integrity, quality. And I hear a lot of people saying, no, we need to be fast ahead. We need to develop an AI strategy, right? I always get puzzled because of most of the time I'm like, okay, do you know the quality of the data that you want us to work on? Think about the concept of building a house, right? You build a house, you get a plan, you get it approved, you get the most qualified builder, but the material that you use to construct the house is very critical, right? You don't just buy any material that you get. You make sure that you invest in high quality. But the question is, are you involving data management strategies when you are planning to buy tools and/or solutions? Okay, it's not clicking. By the look of things, it seems like we are not, right? I think there's a problem. So that's the question, right? We talk a lot about buying this piece of technology, AI-driven solutions, all of those things, right? So today I'm going to take you through the journey of AI quality, machine learning quality, right? And my point of view says that at the basis of it all, the model will be designed, it will be monitored, it will be tested, but at the end of the day, we need to report from it. But what I've said is that data tends to be an afterthought. When things don't work out, then the data people will come, right? But it's always better because of now our strategic partners, which give us these fancy technologies. They are easy to blame because they come with the technology. When it's not working, we just say, it's the vendor, So in the topic there that I've submitted, it says data governance should be utterly expunged and value-driven use cases prioritized. I published this article about 3 weeks ago through Coronium. I got a lot of people saying, are you crazy? Do you want to lose your job? Why must you expunge? So expunging means to completely eradicate, to cancel, to delete, to remove. It's normally associated with removing a criminal record or a conviction from someone, if maybe they've proven that he's not guilty. Are you crazy? I'm like, okay, guys. I think it's Einstein who says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Is data governance working? As it is. Do you like governance? Let's be honest. Do you like it? Do you like it? Okay, what is your function? What role do you play in the team? The governance? Exactly my point. You see, the police lady is here. The general herself is here, right? When you walk into the building like, you know. But honestly, go to business now. They need to bank a customer from a sanctions-state country. This customer will probably assist us with getting about 5% of our income going up. Obviously, there's a bonus that's going to come to me as a banker. Do you honestly think I'll listen to you? I won't, right? But now, what we need to do is start by understanding value. Value-driven use cases is my argument, right? And very few data professionals, IT professionals, and those guys in the operations understand what the business is all about. Honestly, colleagues, how many of you would verbatimly recite your business strategy, goals and objectives, like anyone? What is the vision, mission, goals and objectives? Very few people can do that, right? Yet you wake up every day, you go to that company. Yet on the 25th, you're expecting a salary to get in. You see, but now that means I do understand my work, but how does it contribute to the bigger picture? It's what I'm not really clear on. Now, once we start talking about value-driven use cases, here I'm just showing you a couple of strategic objectives like leveraging data assets, digitization of core processes, right? Integrated risk management approach, and the modern architecture. Now, the objectives are clear. Now, when I need to go and solution for it, I'm clear that, okay, I need to integrate my data. Why? Because I'm supporting, you understand? So the capability that I'll be building, I'll just take one from this. Let's say, for instance, I'm taking the second one. It says we need to digitize our core processes. Then we need to establish good governance. And then we need to federate systems. Once I've done this, I'm clear on the benefits that I'm going to be giving business. So at this point, colleagues, I love songs so much, right? So at this point now, I've got the business benefits. They are clear, right? I've got a capability I've defined. I've got it locked up by my executives. I'm clear. And now my CEO is happy, right? And then I can play this song easily as I walk into the building.
Yeah. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. Yeah. And they stay there, and they say yeah.
So now, it's clear, right? I've got what we call a return on investment. I've cemented my role in the company. I'm the guy, you know what I'm talking about. But it's all about collaboration, colleagues. It's all about seeing each other as a component of the business. Now, I don't know what happened to my screen, but it's not my fault. Now, so there's a concept called data observability. How many of you are familiar with the concept? Data observability. It's a new concept, late 1990s. It's a concept that says we currently have AIs, our models, which we are running, right? And they are using a DevOps approach, right? That means we start by ingesting the data, we get it into a raw layer, we get it prepared, then we get it published and consumed, right? And then we use that data to construct our models, which have grown significantly. I won't go too much into the statistics. I think the colleagues have spoken too much about that, right? But what I can say is that this AI industry is projected to increase by over 13 times more in the next 7 years. So it's going to go, right? But what is missing is the integrity, the quality, and the trustworthiness of these models. Now, how we normally talk about quality, right? We talk about quality in terms of the performance of a model. We talk about quality in terms of the social impact. Think of ESG. I'm sure everyone's got that problem now. ESG. We talk about operational capability. and data quality. But how we normally should look at it is through the value chain, right, of a model, right? How it starts, I know you start by doing a quality assessment, then you develop the model, then you review, then you monitor the model. The quality assessment part, right, that's when you look at what you're going to be feeding the data with, which is where my forte is, which is what I believe is fundamental, right? If I've got good quality data, I can use a spreadsheet and give you a perfect report. You can bring a good quality, a bad quality data, but with a great model, but you'll give me wrong data, right? So what's key is, what exactly are we reporting on? So data quality management must be done throughout the value chain, right? So now as you develop the model, you are clear. Okay, this is the data that we have. We've got a 30% trustworthiness of this data. We've got 10% that we can extract into a spreadsheet and work on it. So our integrity is sitting at 50%. You declare that upfront. 2, a dashboard. Now everyone who's consuming your data or your models is clear that, okay, guys, I've got a risk factor of this. Then they must define what they call a risk appetite. If there's an appetite, you consume. If not, you decline. Straightforward. Then, after declining, you get the correct people known as the data owners or the stewards. We come up with a plan, we remediate the data, then we come back. We construct our model. It's working quickly. That concept is called data observability. So, if you've been involved in either deploying a system, so DevOps is an agile way of developing a system or of ingesting data. We run it in iterations called sprints. Normally a 2-week sprint. It starts with a sprint planning. Then there's an end of sprint retro. Then we plan another sprint for 2 weeks. So we break a delivery in small iterations. So think of building a complex, like an estate, right? Instead of saying you're committing to build an estate in 8 months, you'll say, no, I'll build 2 houses in 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, I want a complete unit up. Then at the end of the day, in 8 months, you'll have your full estate. If it happens that you don't get to the full estate, at least you've got half of the complexes, half of the units already constructed. It's exactly that. So with regards to this one, we are saying data quality management is normally brought into the attention of the consumer at the end of the value chain. Most of the time, you really know about the quality of the data when you're reporting. Am I correct? So now, with this one, we're deploying the tools and the models from the start to the end. And we are not bringing anything new, right? We are bringing something that is there, right? We don't have any connections that we do. We look at how the data already transgresses. Let's say you are moving from a warehouse into a data lake, and then you go to build a data mart. Those 3 environments have got the conformance levels. There's level 1 conformance for standardization. You check the row counts and the numbers. Just increase the existing rules that are there. Then the rules will look for missing data. And those rules should center around the 4 pillars. Freshness of the data. Freshness will be determined by the end user. How fresh do you want your data? How frequent do you want it? Do you want it on a daily basis? On a monthly basis? Do you want it as real-life data? Volume. How much volumes do you want to pump in one model? And then the lineage of the data. But the emphasis on the lineage is not just the movement of the data, but also the actual transformations that happen on the data. Why did you touch my data? What were you doing? Get your hands off my data. We need to see who touched it, right? And then quality, and then the schema that you are using, which will be housing all our rules. So this is a very simple process or a very simple model that goes from the start to the end. But the secret behind it is that we now are arguing that you can actually monitor data quality the same way that you are monitoring the system when it is being developed, rather than coming at the end and now bringing in a new stream of data quality at the end of that. So as a model, it will look like this. So we are converging the 2 worlds, right? On the left, on the right-hand side, on your right-hand side, you'll see that there is the core data governance, data management controls, which is your lineage, your mastering data, your quality, your custom creation. This is where guys like myself come, roll our sleeves, we see we've got missing ID numbers, we go externally, we subscribe, we bring that data in, we fix it, then it comes in. But in the middle, we have to collaborate. Collaborate with who? With the guy who's going to be designing the model. So that whatever that gets pulled on the other side, it still has the governance layers. Nothing gets across. This is best done in small iterations. We push one model, one instance at a time. Then we know that our ecosystem or architecture looks something like this. But the main point is the collaborative catalog. Right? This catalog is collaborative in the sense that it's co-owned by the guys who are predominantly data, those who are predominantly business, and those who are predominantly customers. The rule set is also owned across. And then the use cases that we've been able to deliver with this are ethical AI, ChatGPT, I don't like that thing anyway. ChatGPT, yeah. I don't like it. Yeah. Okay, it's a story for another day. Ethical AI is what I advocate for. I don't like silly things. Yeah. Think about it though. Okay. You're writing an exam, right? You put it on ChatGPT, it writes for you, then you get 90%. You don't have integrity, you're not honest. You know very well that you didn't write that exam. But it happens, right? So, but think about it in terms of me as a banker. First and foremost, I'm a banker. Then I buy this tool, I buy an online version. I ask for solutions from an online source. What are you going to say to me as my customer? Okay. Business reporting and aggregation. There's a BCBS 239 ARDA, where are my bankers here? BCBS 239. I know this table is probably saying, don't even mention it, right? But with something like this, it's easy for you to track the lineage end to end, right? You've got your stewards, everyone plays their role. Simple, obviously we are compliant, and everyone today that I know of, they're talking about ESG compliance, which is an easier regulation only if you've got all your balls and all your pieces in the right place. Colleagues, that's my story today, and I'm going to stick to it. Thank you so much.
They stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there.
Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you kindly.